The phone rang a little after 9. The medic at the camp said my son had gotten sick, violently, suddenly. I tried to reach my wife. She answered with a in her voice. Music. People talking behind her. Имате an office party, she said, flayed, bored. You're each's father. You handle a Tito. Then the call dropped. When I arrived there, troopers were already there. Their cruisers lined the dirt path like a blockade. The flashing lights hit the tree trunks in harsh blue bursts. A detective greeted me near the cafeteria. Each's tone was pedid, too soft. Sir. I need you to look at this clasleto. He brought me inside. The stench of disinfectant and panic clung to every corner. He set a small tablet on a table. The video feed flickered to life. The dining hall was crowded with kids eating dinner. A my boy sat at the very end of the table. Each's foot untouched. Then a family figure walked into frame, hood pulled la. She scanned the room, then leaned over Each's drink. The detective paused the clip, watching MYA's. Do you know who that is? I didn't answer. My ribs tightened like I already did know. He resumed the video. The woman shifted, turning just enough for the camera to catch a half her face, a single flash. My if's face. I didn't speak her name. I wouldn't give a tea breath. They said it might be been a prank, or some accidental tainting. But I recognized something darker. She'd never been nurturing. Her love was always choreographed. Still, seeing her in that footage, bent over our son's cup like a masked stranger. Something in me split clean down the center. That night she walked into our house after midnight, hair perfect, perfume like poison. How's he doing? She asked, kicking her heels out. Is there asleep? I said, though my voice didn't sound like mine. She poured herself wine like she was repeating stage directions. When she smiled, it wasn't shame. It was theater. And I studied her. The twitch of her fingers when I casually mentioned state police. The flick of her gaze when I said the phrase, security recordings. For the first time, I saw what sat behind her expression. Not panic over the boy. Fear of being exposed. The next few days, I moved in silence. I returned to the camp, spoke to counselors. They told me she had volunteered during a parent visit day 2 weeks ago. I was traveling that weekend. She never said a word. I reached out to a friend in law enforcement for archived footage. At home, she resumed her performance. Bandaging our son's arm. Cutting fruit with precision. Every gesture coordinated, almost cinematic. I watched her more intently. The way she stared too long at him. The way her touch wasn't warmed, it was measurement. One night when she slept, I unlocked her phone. Deleted messages restored. Hidden apps resurfaced. Messages with a man, Eric, a camp counselor. Not flirting. Not romance. Strategy. Meeting places. Codes. Transfer details. And one sentence that chilled me like ice down the spine. Make sure the dossier isn't fatal. Just enough to frighten him too. My child. The next morning she acted like a perfect wife. Kaufe. A kiss on my cheek. Asked if it take our boy to school. I drove to the precinct instead. Give the detective the drive. Start at minute 12, I said. You see her hento. 2 nights after that, she confronted me in the living room. You've barely spoken, she said. Is something wrong? I switched the television on. The footage, in full resolution, lit the room. Her face. Her fingers. The white powder drifting into our child's cup. She froze. I never meant to do real harm, she whispered. You're misreading this. It's not what you think to. I didn't move. I didn't reply. She reached for the remote, I caught her wrist, gently but like ice. Why? I asked. Tears spread across her eyes. Because he isn't your child. The oxygen left the room. I stared until she told me at my gaze. Everything I ever lived felt like it was rewritten in that instant. The following day I asked her to come with me to speak with detectives, said they just needed clarification. She tried to smile like she was calm past. But when the investigator walked in and put the video on the table, she shattered. Before the clip even ended. They cuffed her. I stood behind the glass. Her sobbing meant nothing. Her desperation meant nothing. I had already moved our things. Closed her curtains. Filed paperwork for custody of the boy who shared no blood, but bore my last name. Before they walked her away, she whispered. You regret this too. I stepped close enough to let her see the truth in my eyes. I already did, I said. 6 months have passed. My son, her son, calls me the Twitter pose. I never corrected him. Sometimes I wonder if the truth had always been right in front of me, the lack of resemblance, the subtle angles, and I simply refused to see it. But regret is pointless. She writes from prison. I never open a single envelope. Her handwriting feels like infection. A detective asked me once, "WH, aren't you angry?" I said, "Rage is what she wants. It's the last lever she can pull to." She sits in a cell marinating in her own failure. I sit in silence that finally feels unpolluted. The truth didn't destroy me. It disinfected me. I didn't lose ace powers. I cut out a sickness. And now, finally, I am clean.